Good morning and welcome to the 2020-21 batch of French. We take great pleasure in welcoming the Standard 11 students to the French class. So, why have you taken French? This is a question which I have asked all my batches. I'm Mr. Keith Stevenson and I will be handling French for you, God willing, for the next 2 years. So let's be honest with each other. Why have you taken French? You have chosen the language. We have not thrust the language on you. So why have you chosen French? When I asked this question to my previous batches, many of them said, we have taken French for the aesthetics of the language. Some of you would have taken French for the love of the language. Others said they need to learn a foreign language. Others said they were going to France. But the majority will always say they need to get a high or a higher score, or they need to get better marks. That is why they have taken French. So let's be honest with each other. Aesthetics of the language. How many have taken French for the beauty of French, for the beauty of the language? I think only 5% or 2% of the class will answer this. How many of you have taken French for the love of French? I think hardly 10%. And those of you who said you need to learn a foreign language, you could have taken another language. So why did you choose French? Some of you say, I'm going to continue my studies in France, and that is also 10%. But the majority of you, even now, will only answer, we need to get better marks, and we have taken French because French is easier. Yes, my dear girls, French is easier, or may be easier, than Tamil or than any other Indian language. But you need to study it. French is also a language, and you need to study this language right from the basics. So, you have chosen it, so you have to do these things. First of all, you have to learn every day. Make it a routine to at least spare 15 minutes for French each day in your homes. It is not sufficient for you to sit in the class and listen to the lectures or the grammar classes which go on. You must recaptivate everything when you go home. So learn every day. The second thing is you have to finish the day's lesson on that day itself. Do not keep for tomorrow what you can finish today itself. Gandhiji once said, let me accomplish all things today, for tomorrow I would never be. So learn to finish every day's lesson on that day itself. Thirdly, be attentive. Whether it's a video class or whether it's a normal class, you must be attentive to what is being taught. Then, if you have any doubts, don't hesitate to ask. If you cannot understand, do not hesitate to ask, because only those who ask will receive. And lastly, you must practice French. You must practice writing French. You must practice written French, because if you don't, you will never be able to learn the written language. 90% of the marks for French is given only for writing. 10% of the marks is for pronunciation. We will concentrate this year in 2020-21 on the written aspect of the language, because 90% of your marks come only from what you write. French uses the English script. That is, French uses English alphabets. So A will be written like A, B will be written like B, and Z will be written like Z. No difference. Then what is the difference between French and English? The only thing are the accents. Accents are tiny marks which are put over the vowels in written French. It has the power and the ability to change a preposition to a verb. The removing of an accent will enable a word to change from a conjunction to a preposition. So, all these things said and done, we will look at all these in the grammar chapters. I will not go ahead of you because I think you may not follow me. I will not go behind you because you will not know where to go. But I will be beside you, and through these 2 years, we will make French a successful year. May we have an eventful year ahead of all of us. Merci, thank you.